You wonder what happens in a relationship when a man meets a woman. They're going out on their first date. They're having a conversation about life. And football comes up and like, are you a Michigan fan? Yeah, no, I'm an Ohio State fan. And having that conversation. Still, people do get married. They do have children. Sometimes some of the kids are Michigan fans. Some are Ohio State fans. We call it a house divided. Danielle Dwyer is live from Columbus to tell us more. You found a family from Maumee that is definitely divided.
Dan, that's exactly right. We talk about how Toledo is kind of the battleground, definitely, of this rivalry between Michigan and Ohio State. And there's lots of, obviously, Ohio State fans considering this is Columbus, but I've seen plenty of Wolverine fans kind of sprinkled throughout. And there are a couple house-divided couples I've seen walk back and forth behind me here, but making their way into the stadium. But I did find, like you mentioned, that Maumee couple that they found out a long time ago that they were going to be a house divided.
Meet Jim and Jeannie O'Donnell, married 42 years as a house divided.
When we were dating.
Probably 45, 46 years ago.
Yeah. He had already made that decision, and I was at BG, he was at Ohio U, and we had debates about it at that time already, and it was set in stone.
For Jeannie, her love for the scarlet and gray is rooted in her family.
I have never figured out how he wouldn't sway that way. At some point through 42 years, I always tease him and say, oh, you're going to turn around.
As for Jim, even though he's surrounded by Buckeyes, he stayed true to the maize and blue.
My friends are Buckeye fans, and they keep telling me I'm going to come back from the dark side.
But they say opposites attract.
I kind of have fun with it. I think we both do, and that's been, you know, one of the things about it that we share is just we can be at odds too.
Yeah, we don't have to agree on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like any fan, Jim has a Michigan man cave as well. But Jeannie says it's time she starts decorating too.
He's got the basement decorated all Michigan, so I think it's about time I start having my own little area.
Yeah, the woman's cave.
That's right.
While you can find them watching each other's teams together on college game days, when it comes to the game, as you can imagine, there's a bit of taunting involved.
One of us is going to be disappointed. You know, that's the one thing we know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, I'm again hoping it's her, not me.
But it's all in good fun, and come Sunday, everything's back to normal.
The day after, we're fine.
One's happier than the other.
Right.
So.
While both their sons take after Jim, Jeannie is hopeful their rescue dog Zuli will be sporting an Ohio State collar until next year's game.
The dog, I decided this week, will start wearing some emblem for one of the schools who win. So whichever college team goes.
He's going to look good in blue.
Although Jeannie's Buckeyes have had the success for the past 4 years, with Jim Harbaugh back and both teams highly ranked, Jim is feeling confident for a turnaround this year.
I want to see that old, slobber knocker football that they're known for historically. I just want to get back to that type of game. Michigan is on the threshold of being equal to Ohio State, and hopefully we're victorious this year. We'll see.
Now, Jim and Jeannie said this is the first year that they will be traveling to go to a friend's house to watch the game. And they said one always kind of, depending on how the game's going, gets up and paces around. And there can be a time that they might go to separate rooms to watch the game. But for the most part, they like to just sit and watch Big Ten football together, whether it's this rivalry game or other games across the Big Ten. So it's definitely kind of just add a little something extra, they said, to their relationship. So they definitely have fun with it, as you can tell. But we have plenty more coming from fans and from former players. But for now, Dan, back to you.
All right, thanks, Danielle Dwyer, live in Columbus.